Have you ever wondered how a poor kid from a riverbank who was evicted multiple times could suddenly rise to become the #1 person in this country and then end his 10 years of power by giving birth to a phenomenal political dynasty? Damn, if you think about it, his life trajectory really makes no sense, right? Tonight, we are going to break down Joko Widodo's journey fully and objectively in my editing room. We are going to dissect where the trending name Mulyono came from, the secrets behind his furniture business, the Blusukan phenomenon alongside the UGM diploma scandal, all the way to the 18 political sins accused against him. Not only that, we'll also look at how Solo has now transformed into a shadow center of power after his retirement. Man, this discussion is going to get really heated. So sit back and let me explain everything so you can understand the real storyline of this modern national history. Let us wind back time to June 21st, 1961 in Jakarta. In the middle of an Indonesian climate that was only 16 years independent and deeply impoverished, a baby boy was born to Noto Miharjo and Sujiadmi. That baby was named Mulyono, but because he was frequently sick as a child, his parents believed in a Javanese tradition called Kabutan Jeneng, which means bearing a name too heavy for him. Eventually, his name was changed to Joko Widodo, which means healthy or prosperous. Wait, how could that happen? If his name had not been changed, maybe our history would never have known the name Jokowi like today. Now, the nickname Jokowi itself only appeared when he grew up, coined by his French furniture business partner named Bernard Cheyne, just to distinguish him from other local partners also named Joko. His childhood was spent sweating hard, bro. His father was just a wood and bamboo seller on the banks of the Solo River, and their family was so poor that they were evicted multiple times for living illegally on riverbanks. Young Jokowi had to work odd jobs as a coolie, an umbrella renter, and a street vendor just to survive. But he was smart. In 1985, he graduated from UGM Forestry and became the only person in his family to get a higher education. Crazy stuff, rising from a riverbank kid to entering the best campus. His struggle was really tough. But behind this inspiring story, political observers grew suspicious. Was this name change from Mulyono to Jokowi purely a Javanese spiritual tradition? Or was there an early rebranding narrative carefully designed to build the image of a humble village kid? Out of millions of poor Indonesian children in the 1960s, what made this one child named Mulyono from the Solo Riverbank different from the rest? Was it luck, tradition, or a grand narrative intentionally designed from the start? After graduating from college, Jokowi did not jump straight into politics. In 1988, he founded CV Rakabu, named after his first child, Gibran Rakabuming. But that business path was not smooth. His company almost went completely bankrupt. Luckily, he was saved by an emergency loan of 30 million rupees from his own mother. From that emergency capital, his furniture business recovered until he could export furniture to Europe, America, and the Middle East. His trips to Europe opened his eyes to neat urban planning and public management. His organizational career soared until in 2002, he was trusted to lead the Solo branch of the Indonesian Furniture Entrepreneurs Association, or ASMINDO. Now, the turning point of his life happened in 2005. Without any formal political experience at all, a group of Solo businessmen suddenly picked and pushed him to run as the candidate for mayor of Solo. Wait. How could a furniture businessman suddenly be asked to become a mayor? Super weird, right? Feels like there's something shady going on here. Jokowi's entry into politics was similar to world figures like Michael Bloomberg or Donald Trump. The difference was that Jokowi was packaged as a reluctant politician, as if power was chasing him instead. But there's an analytical theory behind this. The business association that pushed Jokowi in 2005 was alleged to be no ordinary business community, but a local consortium that needed a clean figure to open access to public projects in Solo. Uniquely, Jokowi won the 2005 Solo regional election with only 36% of the votes, a very thin margin that successfully became the stepping stone for his political career. If Jokowi had not borrowed 30 million rupiahs from his mother to save his furniture business, would Indonesia's political map today be completely different?
Jokowi's political career in Solo truly exploded. As mayor, he successfully relocated street vendors without violence and earned a public satisfaction rate of up to 90%. In 2012, PDI Perjuangan brought him to Jakarta alongside Ahok. This was where the Blusukan phenomenon was born, unannounced spot checks without strict protocol that made international media shake their heads and name him the most accessible governor in Asia. The peak came in 2014 when he was nominated as a presidential candidate and defeated Prabowo Subianto. But in the middle of his skyrocketing popularity, a superheated political attack emerged. The accusation of a fake UGM bachelor's diploma sued by Bambang Trimilyono, the author of Jokowi Undercover, at the Central Jakarta District Court in 2022. My goodness, that is so reckless and bold, accusing a president's diploma of being fake when the reputation of a top university is on the line. UGM, through Rector Ova Emilia, immediately stepped in to hold an official press conference confirming that Joko Widodo was indeed a legitimate graduate of the UGM Faculty of Forestry class of 1980. The Election Commission also confirmed his diploma was verified valid across 5 elections. The lawsuit was eventually withdrawn and classified as hoax. But the question is, why did this issue keep burning? Observers evaluate this as a political smearing strategy, similar to the Obama birtherism issue in America. On the other hand, the public also questioned whether Blusukan was genuine sincerity or a setup by top political consultants to maintain the narrative of ordinary people versus the elites. Is the diploma controversy and Mulyono narrative proof of fragile information transparency in Indonesia, or the most extreme form of political delegitimization against a president from the common people?
Serving for 2 terms, Jokowi's legacy is deeply contrasting and sparked fierce debate. From a physical development perspective, his achievements were no joke. The infrastructure budget skyrocketed. Thousands of kilometers of toll roads were built. The Hoosh high-speed train operated, the Jakarta MRT stood, and the mega project of the new capital city, or IKN, began. His public approval rating stayed high between 75 to 80%. But on the flip side, heavy criticism poured in. A special report by Tempo magazine released an article titled 18 Sins of Jokowi, highlighting democratic regression, land conflicts due to national strategic projects, and eroded education budgets. Seriously, man, the physical building was grand, but the price democracy had to pay was so high. That is just crazy looking back at it. The climax of the controversy happened during Constitutional Court Decision number 90, where the vice presidential age limit was changed under the leadership of Gibran's uncle, Anwar Usman, which ultimately cleared his eldest son to run in the 2024 presidential election. International observers even called Jokowi's leadership style competitive authoritarianism, where economic growth was chased while democratic institutions were weakened. The IKN mega project was accused by some as a personal monument so his name would not be erased from history. Not to mention the transformation of pro-Jo volunteers from a grassroots movement into a new dynasty machine. Hold on, why does this feel so similar to the old regime leadership style? Do you guys feel that way too? If a leader builds thousands of kilometers of toll roads but weakens the independence of legal and democratic institutions, how should history record his name? As a nation builder or a democracy demolisher?
October 2024, Jokowi officially retired and returned to his residence in Solo.
But did his political influence just end like that? Definitely not, bro. Just look at his family's power map today. Gibran Rakabuming Raka serves as the vice president of the Republic of Indonesia. His son-in-law, Bobby Nasution, is the governor of North Sumatra, and his youngest son, Kaisang Pangarei, leads the PSI party as chairman. Damn, that is a complete lineup of power, right? From the national level, regions, to political parties, everything was swept clean. His home in Solo has now turned into a primary political destination for officials, party elites, and public figures wanting to visit. This shadow power phenomenon is very similar to world figures like Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore or Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. Jokowi's tactical maneuver of shifting away from PDI projunction to build a pragmatic consolidation with Prabowo is evaluated as a high-level calculation to secure political protection and his children's career continuity post-presidency. But new dynamics are showing. The IKN project is reportedly undergoing budget adjustments under the new government, serving as an early signal of shifting power maps. Will the Solo influence survive until 2029 election, or will it be eroded by the consolidation of new elites? Jokowi started his career from zero, Mulyano, a poor Riverbank kid with no elite connections, yet he ended his 10 years of power with a son as vice president and a son-in-law as governor. Is this proof that Indonesia's political system opens doors for anyone, or proof that in the end, power always changes an ordinary person into a builder of his own dynasty? Write your analysis in the comments section below. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on the bell. Watch our next deep dive video too, Solo Dynasty and the 2029 Political Path Map. See ya!